Hey, what's going on, guys? Coming back to you guys with an updated Shaddoll Invoked build. I went 4-1 last night. I went again. My only loss was to PK Burning Abyss. We went to game 3 and he just ended up getting it. It was pretty grindy. Game 2, I went against Dark Magicians. I went 2-0. Dragon Link, I went 2-1. Dragon Maid, I 2-0'd, and I went against a mirror match, except he runs the Dogmatika package. I do not. I ended up 2-0ing him. This deck went really, really well. It's more preferred to go second. I will keep that in mind. To start out the cards, we have triple Alistair, 2 Squamata, 2 Windy, 2 Hedgehog, 1 Beast, 1 Aerial, 1 Dragon. Next we have Eldritch. He's really good off of Shaddoll Fusion. You know, you can just dump him if you need to. You could send your Meltdown, summon him, 3,500. If you got another Meltdown in your hand, you can just activate it, search your Alistair. It's pretty good. For hand traps, we have 3 Phantasme, 3 Ash, and finally, best going second card, Alpha Master Beast. It's a good Earth, and overall is just another problem that your opponent has to deal with. For our spells, triple Meltdown, 1 Terraforming, 2 Invocation. For the Shaddolls, 3 Shaddoll Fusion, and 2 L. Next up, we have Harpy's Feather Duster, Foolish, 2 Dark Ruler No Mores. Like I said, going second, you want to be able to break those boards. So Dark Ruler is very good. Another board breaker would be 2 Super Polys. I don't run 3. I don't want to open up multiples of them. 2 is just fine. You have access to it through Verte anyway. Overall, it's not bad. I wanted more options, so that's why I put the Dark Ruler No More in. However, if you don't want to play Dark Ruler no more and you feel like Super Poly is better, then you could change up the ratios a bit however you want. I'm just telling you guys how this deck performed for me. Every locals is different, but overall I think this is a very solid choice, very solid ratio, especially going second. And then for our final card of the main deck, 1 Shaddoll Schism. I know you guys are thinking, oh my god, he's not playing Resh. What are we going to do? Well, guess what? You don't need Resh in the Invoked builds, okay? It really sucks to open. You know, you run a small number of Shaddolls anyway. It just doesn't come up like how you guys think. If you're going to run Invoked, then you could probably cut out Dark Rulers if you want to just like side them and put in a Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn is better for Invoked Shaddolls. You know, Resh is alright, you know, but I feel like Monster Reborn's better. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we're going to start off with our links, which is 3. Artemis, Verte, and Gravity Controller. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty basic for Invoked builds. Speaking of Invoked, we're going to go to our Invoked package. We're going to be running 2 Mechaba, 1 Ragin, 1 Agoides, and then finally, our Earth Invoked. And this card here didn't come up, but it definitely could, because since you run Alpha, Alpha is an Earth. If they happen to get around Alpha, then you could easily banish it, or if you're up against machines, you know, you could Super Poly your Alistair and their Infinitrack Megaclops, I believe, the Link 4. You could Super Poly it, you could banish Earth Machine stuff. There's Dridents, even. Yeah. So, overall, it sounded like a good idea, but I didn't face up against any Earths, really. I guess if you're playing dinos, if they happen to have a baby engrave, you could banish it. It's not too bad. For our Shaddolls, we're going to be going 2 Construct, 2 Winda, 1 Apkalon, 1 Shikanaga, and then finally, Starving Venom. Starving Venom is very good, especially if you're running Super Poly. It comes in clutch. especially with Verte. You send Super Poly and you just send their stuff away. There's not much they can do. So overall, it performed very well. I'm happy with how the night went. I pulled a Zeus out of my packs that I won, so I'm pretty happy about that. I pulled a Drytron Nova too for my entry packs. It was pretty crazy. But yeah, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys all loved it. Stay tuned for more updated deck profiles, and we'll see you next Tuesday.